Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am not here with Geeky Sparkles, but we're going to talk about Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, and Billy Dee Williams throwing some shade, kind of, at Disney, at Donald Glover. We're going to talk about the Lando movie that is apparently still a thing, I guess. Donald Glover is going to be writing this one himself. Now, I'm going to be honest, I actually thought Donald Glover was probably the best part of Solo. I thought he did a pretty good job, but Billy Dee Williams disagrees. We're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, this article coming from piratesandprincesses.net. Billy Dee Williams likes Donald Glover, but says there's only one Lando Calrissian. Ouch. Recently, Billy Dee Williams, who played the original Lando in Star Wars, was interviewed by the Radio Times. During the interview, Donald Glover came up regarding his portrayal of Lando in Solo and the upcoming Lando film being developed by Donald and his brother Steven. While Disney and Lucasfilm are looking toward prequels with the younger actor, Billy Dee Williams doesn't see someone else being able to replace his version of the famous and suave Lando Calrissian. Here's what he said. I had a nice little lunch with him. He's a delightful young man, extremely talented. But I don't see him, when it comes to Lando Calrissian, there's only one Lando Calrissian. I created that character. Ouch. When Donald Glover asked what he needed to know about being Lando, Williams told him, I told him to be charming. 2 words. That's all I needed to tell him. That's all I could think of. So Williams did add that he knows the Lando would be different. His version of Lando would be different, and that's okay. He said he's part of a whole new generation. He'll create whatever he needs to create to bring appeal to the character. He's a very talented young lad and very imaginative. God, Billy Dee Williams is getting old. He's a young lad. It's not for me to say what he should do with the character at this stage. I took care of the 20th century. Now he's got to take care of the 21st. Seems like Williams is okay with moving on. However, he did say he would come back for another Star Wars if they pay him a lot of money. Yeah. Star Wars, Billy Dee Williams, pay me a lot of money and I'll come back. Now, he was in The Rise of Skywalker. I still haven't seen The Rise of Skywalker. It's been, 5 years, 4 years? I still haven't seen it. I have no desire to see it. I've seen clips, and that's enough. He said, if he would come back to Star Wars, he said, pay me a lot of money and I'll sell my soul. And then he goes on to talk about Donald Glover. So this is coming from Vanity Fair. Donald Glover is personally writing the Star Wars TV show. However, there is a bit of a correction. Now it's a movie because, again, Lucasfilm doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. So now the Lando series is a movie, and they got rid of Justin Simien. He was the director of the Haunted Mansion movie, and I think the Haunted Mansion got a bad rap. I've said it before. I think they released it at the wrong time. I think the promotion around the movie was too political, and the movie itself is not political. And I wish to God they'd just say, hey, we're going to put out a fun Haunted Mansion movie. Please come see it. And it had a really good cast. It did, but nobody went to see it. And they want to go see a Disney Halloween movie and when it came out, June, July. Imagine that. This is coming from Variety. Donald Glover's Star Wars series Lando is now a movie. Him and his brother have been tapped by Disney to replace Justin Simien as the writers of a new Lando TV series, but not so fast. The project is actually being developed as a Lando movie, according to Lucasfilm. So it seems like they're pivoting back to movies now, right? We did another video talking about how Lucasfilm doesn't seem to know what the hell it's doing these days. And, that Mando season 4 is basically the Mando movie now, I guess. And it looks like Lando is also a movie. Everybody gets a movie. Glover debuted as a young Lando in Solo, which was a notable box office disappointment for Disney and Lucasfilm. So why would we go back to that? I'm just putting it out there. If Solo lost money, which people claim it lost money, and Solo was such a massive misfire at the box office, why in the hell would you go back and do basically a sequel to Solo of all the movies? You know, I mean, I guess you can't really do Rogue 2, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Solo was not a hit, even though Donald Glover is popular now, I think because of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It doesn't mean that a Lando movie is going to do any better than a Solo movie. In fact, I would argue the Lando movie will probably do worse. I'm just saying. Stephen Glover first dropped the news of a Lando movie on a recent appearance on the Pablo Torre Finds Out podcast, telling the host it's not even a show. The idea right now is to do a movie. Because of the strike, it's kind of like telephone all the information. That's all Stephen could provide, and then Lucasfilm confirmed afterwards, because they have to look like they have a plan, right? News first broke of a Lando limited series being in the works in December of 2020. At the time, Dear White People creator Justin Simeon was attached to the project. He exited, I'm sure he did, on his own, and was replaced by the Glover brothers, who were developing it as a movie. The character of Lando was originally played by Billy Dee Williams, who said, you know, there's only one Lando. Donald Glover revealed in a video interview with GQ in April, he was talking to Lucasfilm about another Lando project. He said, we're talking about it. That's as much as I can say without Kathleen Kennedy hunting me down. Lando is charm incarnate, Glover continued at the time. He's kind of a maverick, which I don't think there's a lot of anymore. It's hard to be the smooth talker nowadays. What's the line? Where's the line? That's where the danger is. So this is interesting, though. He said, I would love to play Lando again. It's a fun time being him. It's just has to be the right way to do it. Time is precious. The past couple of years, this pandemic shit, it's really had people experience time. People realize their time is valuable. You only get so much. I'm not interested in doing anything that's going to be a waste of my time or just a paycheck. I'd much rather spend time with people that I enjoy. It just has to be the right thing. Lando is definitely somebody I like to hang out with. Now, I remember there being a lot of talk when Solo came out about Lando Calrissian being pansexual. And Billy Dee Williams had to come out and, no pun intended, had to come out and say that he was not gender fluid. First of all, I asked last night, I said, what the hell is gender fluid? That's a whole new term, Williams said. And he talked to Esquire, said, I say himself and herself because I also see myself as feminine as well as masculine. I'm a very soft person. I'm not afraid to show that side of myself. So then there was all this talk about Lando Calrissian being pansexual because, you know, he'll fuck a robot, I guess. Probably fucks Wookiees, maybe multiple Wookiees, hopefully not Chewie. I don't know. But of course, you know, he's been ship bait, him and Han Solo. They've been shipped. So, you know, of course you have to make that canon. But Billy Dee Williams says, yeah, he himself is not pansexual, and I don't think he thinks Lando is either. The 82-year-old told The Undefeated, no uncertain terms, that despite the occasional use of female pronouns, he considers himself a man. So what I was talking about, he said, was men getting in touch with their feminine side. He doesn't actually want to have a vagina. Williams then goes on to clarify he's hetero, apparently conflating gender identity with sexuality. How dare he? I remember they tried to cancel Billy Dee Williams. And right before The Rise of Skywalker came out, they were basically like, Lando Calrissian is now officially a pansexual character, and Billy Dee Williams better be on board with this or we're going to get him canceled. And I think that's what happened. I mean, they put Lando on the cover of the Pride issue of Star Wars 14, Marvel Comics. You know, this is because I think Jonathan Kasdan said that he thought that Lando Calrissian was pansexual. And I think all that means in Star Wars is that you'll screw droids and aliens and whatever. But, you know, you better watch it there, Donald Glover, if you do a Lando movie and you show him in explicitly hetero relationships. Then you're going to be in for a world of hurt because social media will try to cancel you. I'm just saying. But I think it's really funny that Billy Dee Williams is just like, yeah, there's only one Lando and it's me. It's me, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.